Welcome back, this is my away game playthrough and we're up to video 8. So we've just emerged from the shelter tunnels and we're headed towards the Northolt Shelter buildings, which you can see ahead of us. And we're on quite low-lying swampy land, so it's a bit hard to see where to go. But if you just follow the purple mushrooms, you'll be fine. The instinct button will show you the direction that you need to go, but it doesn't always show you the path. And another thing you can do is just climb up like a tree stump or anything like that to get a better view of where you've got to be headed towards. So let's press on with our journey and see what happens next. That happens a lot in this game. You go to kill an animal to eat it, and somehow it just goes flying off into the distance or the water and you never find it again. I don't know why that happens. So there's a perfect example of where the instinct button will show you the direction you need to go, but you need to look for the little purple mushrooms to show you the correct path to follow to avoid taking damage.
This decaying structure appears to be an abandoned geo-research facility. The glider must hurry past it. His family's lives are on the line, and there is no time to lose.
Now this section's fairly straightforward. You just follow the path through the buildings. Some things that you jump onto will sink into the water, so you might have to be a little bit quick. But I'm amazed they would sink at all, actually, because a half-grown sugar glider would only weigh about 100 grams, which is about 3.5 ounces. But yeah, it's all part of the story, I guess. So let's see how we go. feeling the butterflies are also there as a bit of a guide to the path that you should take, but they could be there just for nutritional reasons as well.
sometimes referred to as fire tornadoes, are caused when turbulent winds and rising flames meet and form rotating eddies. Large wildfires like this one can spawn frequent fireworks. The glider must do everything in his power to stay clear of this blazing inferno and all its destructive creations.
This is another one of those ledges where if you don't stay a little bit out from the cliff wall, you will end up falling into the water, and there's no way really to climb up. So when you jump, try not to go too close to the wall. So you'd think that we'd be going upward towards the large tree, but no, we're going back down into the swampy area where that bear was running through. You'll see the wreck of a car just over there, and I would recommend, even if you're just doing the story playthrough, to go over there and get the collectible hologram that's inside. The reason being is, even when you finish the story and you're doing the exploring, to get back to this point in the middle of the swamps is actually really time consuming, so it's just really easy just to go over there now and grab it. But I won't be doing it in this video as I'm trying to just do the story. Finally heading up towards the big tree again, but the easy part's over and the next bit's actually a little tricky to get through.
These pack predators continue to prowl the island in search of food. The glider must remain vigilant if he's to avoid those snapping jaws.
Okay, so we've seen wolves before, but now we've got to actually stealth past them. And there's two sections like this. This is the first one. So my advice would be to use the instinct button. Just tap it to see where you've got to go. It will show you the path. But don't leave it on because the meter runs out really fast and then you've got to wait around for it to fill up again. So the instinct button will also show us the location of the wolf or wolves, and also the spiky plants that we need to avoid as well. Now you will probably notice that the instinct button's path tends to go really close to the wolf, like almost under its nose, but that's okay, we'll be fine. If you try and do it, if you try and cross in front of it further away, you often will get caught. So it's better just to follow as closely as possible the path that the instinct button shows you. And what you need to do is quickly see where you've got to go, and then you've got to wait till the wolf isn't looking, and there's no other wolves around, and then quickly dash into the next patch of grass. If you get the red frame thing on, like blood frame around the picture, don't worry. As long as you've gone far enough into the grass, you should be fine. Just sort of run across and then sort of like so you can't be seen, and then wait. And don't be in a hurry to get through this section because it's not worth it. So we've got another collectible hologram location coming up, and I won't be collecting it because I'm doing the story, but I would suggest that you might want to pick it up as we're going through because it is so close, and I'll show you where it is. If you wish to just play the story and you're going to come back later, just be aware that this is the path that you need to take to get to the structure where the hologram is. You can't get to it from the fast travel point that's on the ledges below the tree where we are. So just remember that you have to actually go this way. Issue with this section about the third or fourth time I played through it, where my character kept getting stuck, and eventually the vulture would catch up with him, and I couldn't fix it no matter how many times it restarted, so I had to end up restarting the game, which did fix the problem in the end.
The vulture attacks. Tracking a hunter as powerful as the bearded vulture is dangerous business for a tiny mammal like the glider.